नाज़रीन आज हमारे स्टूडियोज में स्पेशल गेस्ट मौजूद हैं एंड आई एम रेफरिंग टू आवर मेंबर ऑफ प्रोविंशियल पार्लियामेंट फ्रॉम द राइडिंग ऑफ Mississauga Erinmills. Sheref Sabawy is with us in the studio. Sheref, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm very fine. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Awesome. So today my topic was tolerance. I
Yes.
spoke about tolerance in the previous segment, and Canada teaches us the best example of tolerance.
100%.
When we come here, we meet with people of other faith. We meet people of from different communities and countries, like yourself. You're
Yes.
from Egypt, and we learn a lot from each other.
100%.
As before the start of the program, we were talking about Easter is just around the corner. You were asking me about the Eid.
Yes,
That's the beauty.
it's beauty.
So why not you tell me a little bit about yourself, and then we'll talk about politics.
Myself, my name is Sheref Sabawy. I'm the member of parliament for provincial parliament from Mississauga Erinmills. I'm from IT background. I've been 36 years in IT. I worked for many of the big companies. I managed the HSBC network Eastern Canada for some time. CIBC network, part of CIBC network. I worked for Bell, worked for Cisco, for Motorola. I teach in George Brown and Centennial colleges as professor for IT. This is my professional background. I have been in Mississauga Erinmills for the past 27 years since I immigrated to Canada. And you are totally right. One of the things which maybe I myself didn't get exposed to when I was back home in my country. I was born and grown in Egypt. I actually married in Egypt. I finished my university and married, and we came here, me and my wife.
Yeah.
So when I came here, I was like grown man with like few years of experience as well, like working in the working environment. So majority of time I didn't get exposed to anybody but other than Egyptians,
Yeah.
maybe Muslims. I'm
Yes.
from the Coptic background, so that's a main difference, like the biggest difference. But when you come here, I mean, I got exposed early to that when I went to the US and I studied in Germany, in Hamburg. So I got exposed to the multicultural environment. Being in the dorm, there was like Indonesian, Black
find
Africans, from bits and like Chinese, everybody. So I wasn't very unfamiliar with that here. But here the scale is marvelous. And I think the big difference which I found, I tend to find Canada the only country in the world deal with it this way is they don't try to force you on a specific template or
Right.
a specific blend or a specific mix. They don't mind at all. Canada don't mind at all to have every group like recognized as a group, not isolated, but I mean
With their own pride
defined and
Yeah.
and clearly different, which we call it the mosaic. So different pieces of mosaic. We are not trying to do something like the American way of doing it, put everybody in the blinder and we get the American mix or cocktail. And that's the beauty of that.
Yes.
Imagine, just I can give you a small thing, which I always tell my kids, like I'm not telling you that, I always, even my kids, I said, imagine that you are here and because of the environment around you, you can't say I am Egyptian. Or you can't say, no, I don't eat that or eat this, or I prefer to eat that, not prefer to eat this. If you are feeling that you are stressed in the environment and you are in the focus of the attention, you will tend to oppress your identity. You are trying
Yes.
to be like, I'm like, and that was, at the time I arrived, it was clear. Like you see somebody who's look like, not, of course, like he's colored like us, and you say, where are you from? I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Yeah, Canadian. Like your name is, yeah, I can tell you where are you coming from, but he would say Canadian. Why? Because people were not very open to express their original identity. Now it's actually a beauty that you can say, I am from Karachi. Somebody say I'm from Alexandria. It's like
Openly.
you speak about your home country. I speak my home country. You speak about your home village, your home city, specific food. Like you remember when the first time Halim was done in Mississauga. I was there.
Halim.
I celebrated Halim.
No problem in pronunciation. You just said it so well.
So, this is the beauty of Canada, and that's why I feel comfortable. I feel my kids will be happy, your kids will be
Yes.
happy.
Yeah.
They have lots of diversity in the school. They will grow up together. They will actually know about each other more than what we know about each other, because
Yeah.
they are getting it as they grow.
From exactly. So why don't you tell us, because see, this is month of fasting, and most of our community busy in worshipping and staying close to their families, but we try to give them the information about what's happening in their surroundings.
Yes.
So we are hearing that COVID cases are going up, but the government has limited the PCR testing. Only certain people can now be eligible for testing. So what are we looking at? Should we be afraid? Should we be looking at some restrictions coming back up?
Okay. So first of all, I would like to wish everyone Ramadan Mubarak. I should have done that the first thing. I'm sorry, I'm just
That's
jumping
okay.
into the topic. But Ramadan Mubarak for everyone. Ramadan is a very, very special month for everyone. Like even for me, like back home, we used to wait for the Ramadan, because Ramadan means we'll meet with our friends, we'll go for dinners, we'll go for suhoors, go for iftars,
Yeah.
we'll attend Khima Ramadaniya. They do like a big tents where they run music, Arabic music, and
Nice.
so it's
Lots
a
of
very celebration time,
Yeah.
So and also the cafeterias and everything stay open
Full,
till
all
2, 3
night.
o'clock in the morning. So for us, this is not the norm. They close at 9, 10. So in Ramadan, the whole street is up till
open.
2, 3 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
which is amazing. You go for walks at 2 o'clock, at 1 o'clock, eat out at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So everybody enjoy Ramadan. And especially the TV bring a lot of new movies, series,
During that
Arabic
time.
series, and it's beautiful time. And the whole media kind of keep up for that month.
For that
like
month.
they start advertising about new movies and new series.
Yeah.
Wait us in Ramadan. So everybody's looking forward for Ramadan to follow the
Very
beautiful thing. So it was a good time for everybody, not only Muslims, but everybody. Everybody look for Ramadan. And there's special music and tunes for Ramadan. And they put the streets
Lighting
good decoration and lighting and fanus, the
Fanus,
lights. Yeah. So it's amazing. So enjoy. And don't forget that Ramadan is also a good charity month, because there's lots of families, especially in COVID, have been not very fortunate like us. Please remember those families, even within the community. Most probably within the community, 2, 3 families might be having some struggles, some challenges. Reach out to them, try to help them to feel the beauty of Ramadan.
Absolutely. So what would you say about the COVID situation?
Yes, the COVID situation. Listen, we Minister Elliott said that we are not going to look down. So the main question, which keep looming, everybody,
it's a lockdown.
I heard some rumor about we are closing. I said it's April Fools. You guys hear that in April, 1st of April. Everybody's talking. We hear that we're going to lock down. Like this is April Fools. We are not tending to close. I mean, of course, if the medical people pushed for that, we might end up doing something. But I just want to tell you something. Like we do some researches. Some of the institutions do researches for COVID cases through the sewage. They took some samples from sewage. So they estimate that we have about 120,000 cases in Ontario.
Oh, wow.
Just like rough numbers from the sewage.
Yeah.
So if we have, assumably that this is plus or minus, let's say 100,000, whatever, we have 100,000 cases, and the only people who needed hospitalization is 800 or 900 people. The only numbers in ICU is 186 today, I believe. So the numbers irrelevant to that. I hear about lots of people getting COVID. We hear less about people getting to hospitalization.
I see.
So, you can say whatever. Some people say, oh, there's a virus got mutated and the new virus is not as harmful. Could be. We think, and the medical people think, that the vaccination helped us to build some built-in protection against the virus goes to some of our organs or whatever, or attack us very badly. Either cases, I'm not a doctor, so don't take my word on it, but either ways, it looks like we are going to go through it without needing to either strain the system or load the system or have to lock down.
Lockdown, very good.
God,
Yeah,
God
God
will,
keep us safe.
inshallah.
Yes. So we'll take a quick break here, and once we come back from the break, हम MPP शरीफ सबावे से पूछेंगे कि जो आने वाला इलेक्शन है जून की 2 तारीख को, इसमें डक फोर्ड जो प्रीमियर ऑफ ओंटारियो, उनकी पोजीशन कितनी मजबूत है, और साथ ही साथ MPP शरीफ सबावे क्या देख रहे हैं अपने लिए, वेदर ही विल बी एबल टू होल्ड द राइडिंग ऑफ मिसिसागा एरन मिल्स। ब्रेक के बाद भी हमारे साथ रहिएगा। आज हम बात कर रहे हैं मेंबर ऑफ प्रोविंशियल पार्लियामेंट शरीफ सबावे से, who represents the riding of Mississauga Erinmills, and is a very humble gentleman, and I know him for, at least Sharif, I know you for last since you got elected. This
No,
is your
before
fourth
that
year.
even.
Maybe before
Yeah,
that
yeah.
a little bit. And what I find is, I mean, you are accessible. If somebody sends you a WhatsApp message, your response is boom right there, and I think that makes you very unique and differentiates, stands you out from compared to a lot of other people. Elections are upon us, June
Yes.
2nd.
Yes,
It's not too far from here.
very close.
Very close. Can't believe that your 4 years term is about to end.
Absolutely.
Next term is about to start. So what you're seeing, and when the election campaign is going to start, and do you feel comfortable that you will be easily, take the second term?
Okay, let's start from back
Yeah.
forward. So I'm confident that we will win, inshallah. But again, like there is no guarantees. This is election. Everything is on the table. All the options are open, and of course, like it's. I hope it's going to be a very I would say honest race. It's a competition between different ideas, different people. Both candidates, every candidate running for election is a good person. We can be different in ideas about how we can make things in a different way, but end of the day, there's no bad people in politics because the media would kill them right away. So they are all good people. Anybody in politics have been already sanitized by the party, by the leadership, by the media, by every step in the road. So they are all good people, but they have different views about how can they benefit the community through their party platform or even through their willingness to put their effort an extra mile there. Like every person have his own flavor of. Okay, so guarantees, no guarantees at all. I did my best through those 4 years, and I'm presenting myself saying, hopefully I came to your expectation. I met some of your expectations. I hope I met all of them. If I missed something, we'll try to catch up. Bear in consideration, we have 4 years, as you said, 4 years. We lost about 2.5 years of them in just COVID, which actually stalled us from doing anything else but COVID. Like we can't fix anything. We can't do much other than COVID within the COVID period of time. Even though we did lots of things during COVID, we did lots of infrastructure, we did lots of projects, we did lots of upgrades. I would like, if I have the chance, to name some of the stuff we did during the past 4 years. I'm talking about my area or Mississauga. Let's talk about Mississauga as one piece, but I'm not talking even about what the government did, because the people in Mississauga might be interested to see what's going on in Mississauga.
Right.
So in Mississauga, we managed to secure the biggest hospital in the history of Canada. It's going to be in Mississauga Hospital location. It's going to be the biggest emergency in Canada, or in the Canadian history generally. This is going to be the biggest hospital ever built in Canada.
Wow.
That's a big achievement for Mississauga, and that's recognition that Mississauga is a growing city. We need that because this hospital will take maybe 7-8 years to get to the final phase of the project. By this time, we might be
Even
close to
more
1.5 million.
populated.
We don't know.
Yeah.
So we have to plan things ahead of a time because it takes time to be ready. That's why we see what we have now in the health system and the long wait time in emergencies, because the healthcare have been neglected for more than 15 years. When we received it, it was almost collapsing. Then COVID came and exposed that system is not able to keep up with the regular load, nevertheless the COVID load as well. So that's why the government is doing lots of effort in Mississauga. This is one. There's some upgrade projects happening also in the hospital in the east side, the Sheref Garden Hospital. It's now a specialized hospital. It's going to be full hospital, full number of beds, like full functioning hospital. Credit Valley Hospital got some upgrades for their infrastructure system, like the HVAC and the air condition of the hospital. We did money to upgrade that because it was getting old. That's in the hospital system. In the long-term care, we actually managed to secure 1,880 long-term care beds for Mississauga. Let me give you some idea about that because it might not ring a bell, like 1,880,000 and 880 beds. It's not a big deal. No, it is a big deal. Actually, in 7 years of previous government, they only licensed 611 beds for whole Ontario.
Wow, only 611.
611 in whole Ontario.
Right.
We in 3 years managed to secure for Mississauga only 1,880 beds.
Wow.
That's massive. And in the whole overall Ontario, we got 30,000 beds allocation. This is the biggest number of long-term care beds licensed ever in Ontario history. And where is the importance of long-term care beds comes? If the hospital have a patient and this patient condition is stable but need attention, he can't be dismissed home. We have to find him a spot in the longer term so that the hospital can get him out, and then we can use this bed. Yeah. Now, if we don't have long-term care beds and we have the wait list is like 7 months to get a bed, that means those 7 months this patient is occupying a bed in the hospital.
Yes.
That's why we have a line backup line, and we have a whole way health care. If this bed can be cleared and vacant immediately, we can get a patient right away in. So it's going to help to solve the medical issue because it's a part of the ecosystem of the hospital. Like he's stable, get him a longer term care, we can take another patient. So it will accelerate the movement of patients in the hospital more efficient. So that's going to help a lot. We got Indus community, Indus Canada got allocation. Fung Yu, the Chinese got allocation. THB, Trillium Health Partner, got 300 and some beds. Ivan Franco, the Ukrainian, got allocation. Egyptian got allocation. So for Arabic speaking, Arabic speaking long-term care bed in Ontario.
Wow. So a lot of
128 beds.
A lot of things you spoke about, and I would like to say thanks to you for giving us your time today. And I know as soon as the month of fasting is over, when we are out of Ramadan transmission, then we will have narrow focus on the upcoming elections. And by that time, first week of May, the official campaign will start. I know your campaign.
We opened yesterday. We opened the office in yesterday. And anybody interested to visit us, have time to speak with me or somebody from my team, please visit us. It's on Dundas, 2575 Dundas Street West.
Thank you so much, MPP Sheref. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Uwais. I always happy to join and speak to the people, and especially you. You are a very nice man, and I enjoy discussing with you, even on air and off air.
Thank you so much. Viewers, you just saw we spoke with MPP Sheref Sabawy. They have opened up their campaign office just few days ago, and this is the right time. I mean, if your children are looking for volunteer opportunity, that is the perfect opportunity. They can go visit the office and sign up as a volunteer during this month, and right after the month of fasting, there will be a lot of activities happening, and you'll be able to fulfill your 40 hours or 80 hours, or even they can give you 180 hours to support their campaign and learn the political process and understand what makes us strong. We come from many different countries, many different cultures, many different backgrounds, but Canada binds us together. And this is our today's message as we spoke about tolerance, बर्दाश्त की हमने बात की, और आपने एक दूसरा पर्सपेक्टिव भी सुना कि जो हमारे जो है वो नॉन मुस्लिम हैं, दूसरे मजहब से ताल्लुक है, दूसरे मुल्क से ताल्लुक है, और किस तरह से इन्होंने भी इसी बात को दोहराया जो हमने बात आपसे शुरू में इंट्रो में की.